Hello, everyone. Now, if you have ever worked a job that in any way, shape, or form involved you using a computer, you've probably been forced to sit through some long, boring PowerPoint talking about safe computer practices. You've probably heard them talk about phishing emails and other sorts of threats that could possibly cause issues within the company. Well, today we're going to dive into social engineering and look at the different ways that threat actors can try and make you do what they want to do online. Okay, so what exactly is social engineering? Well, simply put, it is a way for malicious individuals and organizations to try and mislead and lie to you in order for them to gain access to whatever it is they want. When people think about hacking, they generally only think about the technical side of things and often don't think about the human element. Yes, sometimes a threat actor can still gain access to a target using just technology, but usually the easiest and most direct way is by tricking someone. The unfortunate reality in cybersecurity today is that regardless of how up-to-date or secure a particular system or application is, there are humans involved that can be tricked into giving access to the wrong people. So here are some different types of social engineering. Now we'll start out with phishing. Now, phishing is when a threat actor emails something malicious to their target. The email can be several different things. It could be a link that says, "Click here to win your free iPad." And if you click on the link, some sort of malicious software might be downloaded onto your device. They may ask you to fill out some personal information so they can send you the free iPad. They might disguise the email to look like a legitimate site and then ask you to fill out personal information. It might look like an email from your bank or from a social media site that you use. It can look like it's from your boss asking you to reset someone's password. Phishing emails are incredibly common. Many can be easily spotted, but some might be harder to catch. Here is one example of a phishing email. Next is vishing. Now, this is roughly the same concept as phishing, but instead of email, it is done over voice messaging. Someone calls you or leaves you a message pretending to be your bank, asking for your account number or your social security number. Oftentimes, the threat actors will create some sort of sense of urgency in an attempt to freak people out and trip them up. They might pretend to be someone high up in the company that needs you to do an urgent task and give them certain information before something bad happens. Now, smishing is along the same vein, but it relies on SMS messaging. Generally, they want you to click on a link that they send you and then enter your credentials. Here is one example of a smishing message. Now, many forms of social engineering involve impersonation, or acting like somebody else in order to get information. Pretending to be the company's CEO, a member of the IT department, billing staff from another company that you do business with. The possibilities here are pretty much endless. Pretexting is another element that is common in social engineering attacks. Pretexting is essentially making up some sort of story or reason for what they're asking you to do. One example of this would be, "Hey man, I'm so-and-so from such and such department. I just talked to the CEO and he is super pissed about that payment that didn't go through from those supplies that we just bought. I need you to go and send that money over again before close of business," or something else along those lines. In that scenario, we have vishing, impersonation, urgency, and pretexting all together. Next is watering hole attacks. Watering hole attacks is when a threat actor doesn't directly target you or your organization, but instead they target a website or service that you commonly use. When they do this, they're expecting you to utilize that already compromised service and then become compromised yourself. Now, typo squatting is when someone creates a malicious URL that is spelled very close to the legitimate one in the hopes that someone will misspell the real one and end up on their site instead. A funny example of this is the website guthib.com, which when clicked on it simply says, "You spelled it wrong," referring to the well-known repository website github.com. Now this one is funny, but other typo squatter websites might be legitimately dangerous. Now, other sub-elements of social engineering exist, but we've covered the main ones here. Like I said earlier, humans are usually the weakest link when it comes to cybersecurity, which is why social engineering is as commonplace as it is. Well, I hope you guys all learned something today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.